Okay, so now you've made a commitment, you're feeling courageous, you're ready to go, and you're ready to really do all that it takes to reach that goal. So what's the next ingredient? The next ingredient is consistency. As I've said before, I think this is maybe one of the hardest ingredients for me, because consistency means just doing a little something every single day. And that is the key that really, really makes a difference. Doing a little something every single day. Hi, I'm Maureen Turnbull-Arbelo, and I'm the founder of Prepare Coaching. And I connect and empower people from across the world to connect across the many boundaries of language and culture that can, but do not have to separate us. And I'm here today to talk about consistency. As I said, I think we can think of consistency as really making something a regular habit. And what's so important about that? Well, so many people come and talk to me and they have big goals and great goals and often are very, very excited to reach some very exciting goals in the future in English. And they say, okay, I'm ready to study every single day. I'm ready to study 3 days a week. I'm ready to study every single day. But the problem is very, very often that is not sustainable. And I've seen that over the years, that people get super excited and go full force, and then a couple weeks later, they're just tired or they don't literally have time to study 5 hours a week. It's too much. It really is too much, and you don't have to do that. What I think is so important and what I put forward in the Prepare Integrative Language methodology is studying every single day, 10 minutes a day. That might sound to you like just a little bit, or maybe it sounds quite difficult every single day. But let me tell you that just that little bit, 10 minutes is enough. Why? Because 10 minutes every single day is consistent. It means you're gonna do it every single day. What does that do? It does something to our brain. It creates a habit. What that does is make English not something, oh my gosh, I forgot I have to do English today. No, it's a part of your life. And that makes all the difference in the world. That it's not something, first it's something that we do, and then it becomes who we are. And we don't have to think about it. So at first you're doing 10 minutes every day, and before you know it, that becomes a habit, something that you do. And in that way, English becomes something that you do, a part of your life and a part of who you are. And that makes all the difference. So yeah, 10 minutes a day. We'll talk in future videos here in the next couple weeks about some other really important elements that will make those 10 minutes very, very valuable and make those 10 minutes actually incredibly transformational. I've seen this happen, and it's my great pleasure to share all of that with you. But all of those little details, or not details, but the little extra jet fuel, I'll share with you in a couple weeks. But what I want to challenge you today to do is, if you're ready, start today. You can also wait a couple weeks. I'll tell you some more information, give you some more tools. But if you want to start today, start today. 10 minutes a day. Just 10 minutes a day, but do it every single day. That's going to create movement. It's going to create a habit. It's going to keep you motivated. It's going to let you see that you are making progress. I was talking a few weeks ago about the difference and why immersion is so important and so effective in learning language. Immersion is so effective because you have so many chances for input. And that's one of the key, really incredible aspects of being very consistent, because we need to be exposed to a word at least 3 times, depending maybe 10, 20, 30 times in order for us to really remember it. But at least we need to be exposed to it 3 times for it to really enter our brain and for us to really remember it. So if we just study 1 hour and then we don't study again till the following week, it's very hard for us to have that contact. Very hard for us to have that input that's going to actually cause it to go into our memory. But 10 minutes every single day, you have a lot more chances to come across that word, to have it pass you again. And you can use special techniques to make sure that that happens. So in other words, 10 minutes a day can be incredibly effective, and it has worked. And I'm going to tell you, as I told you, each week I'm celebrating someone. And I want to celebrate someone who really embodies consistency, who really has shown me how important it is and the amazing results that are possible by just doing a little bit every single day. Carlos Moratelli, I want to say congratulations. Carlos Moratelli is someone I've worked with now for over 4 years, and he is living his dream. He's been able to accomplish so much through his consistency. Really, there are other factors, of course, but for sure he has been so consistent in his pursuit of his goals. When Carlos first met me 4 years ago, he wanted to do part of his doctorate in the United States. So we needed to prepare to do that. So he needed to feel more confident speaking in English, more comfortable so that he could actually study in the United States. And he did that. He did that, and he didn't just go to any university. He went to New York and he studied at Columbia University, one of the best universities in the United States. And he was incredibly successful there. And during that time, we worked on the daily things because there were a lot of challenges. Really vocabulary that he had never heard before, and really daily challenges that come up living in a new culture and really experiencing the day-to-day life of living in another country. And he was able to do that consistently every day, learning and challenging himself to do new things. When he came back to Brazil, then he was ready to do his dissertation. He actually ended up writing his dissertation, a 150-page dissertation, all in English, which was approved with honors. And he did that all in English, little by little. And I can tell you, he had a really amazing, organized method of doing it, where he would just do a little bit every day. And he did it. He was able to finish his dissertation. He was also able to present his work all over the world in conferences, in Texas, in New York, in Las Vegas, even in Egypt, and in Europe as well, and also all over Brazil. And now, actually, this year, he accepted a position at a university in Santa Catarina. And yesterday, I found out, and he told me that he was just approved to be a professor at the Federal University in Santa Catarina in Blumenau. What an amazing accomplishment. And it is such an amazing accomplishment. And I know for a fact that it's just the beginning. He's achieved so much. And I know for a fact that now that he's going to be a full professor, he's going to have lots of papers to write, books to write, lots of conferences. So this is just the beginning. I've celebrated so many accomplishments, and I'm so privileged to have celebrated so much with Carlos. And I know for a fact that here in the next few years, we'll be celebrating so many more accomplishments. And all of this is because he really committed himself to becoming better and better every day, into reaching his goals. He set small goals, reached them, and set another goal, and another goal, and another goal. He had a lot of courage to not only pursue his goal, but to travel all over the world in pursuit of his goal. He was so consistent, and he is so consistent, doing something every single day. He also has so much competence and so much confidence because of that, from doing something every single day, and so much celebration because he's achieved so much. So I want to say congratulations, Carlos. Congratulations, Martelli. And I know that this is just the beginning. And I hope that Carlos's story shows you the power of consistency. What can happen if you do just a little bit every day? Whether 10 minutes sounds like a lot or a little to you, try it. Because I can tell you and he can tell you, it'll make a difference. Just committing to doing something a little bit every single day will create that motivation, that movement, that energy, that consistency, those habits, and that input that you need to push you to fly in the direction of your dreams. And that will happen. And I cannot wait to celebrate with you and to celebrate all the dreams that have come true for you. And so with that, make a commitment today to do 10 minutes in English every single day. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I can't wait to see you next week. Much light, much love. All the best. Ciao, ciao.